In this class, I am going to tell you about the non-profit organizations. And simply, some people they'll call that thing as NPOs. NPOs are nothing but the non-profit organizations that we come across. And these non-profit organizations, okay, they'll mainly deal with the service. They won't deal with the profit amount. Here, in this type of organizations, profit is not the main important thing that we come across. Service, they are completely service oriented. Wherever it may be, and whomever it may be, and whatever it may be, they'll mainly concentrate on service. And through service, they will take into account the profit amount or loss amount. And in this non-profit organizations, okay, we'll come across different terminology. Whatever it may be that we come across up to now, it is different. And in non-profit organizations, we'll come across some terminology, and we have to know about that. And what are the differences that we come across between trading organizations and non-profit, non-trading organizations? This is also, we'll call these non-profit organizations, we'll also call them as non-trading concerns. Okay, the main aim of not trading concerns, the main aim of these organizations is to earn profit. Okay, this is for trading concerns. And for non-trading concerns, the primary purpose of this concerns is to render service to its members and society. That is the thing. I told you that they are service oriented. And what is the second thing that we come across? The net result of the activities of each concern is called profit and when the profit or loss. That is about trading concerns. The net result of activities of such concerns is called surplus or deficit. I told you in the beginning that there is a feather type difference between profit and surplus. Profit is nothing but the additional amount that what we receive, whereas surplus is the leftover amount. In the same way, when we go for loss, whatever it may be the expenditure, when we come across more and more than the incomes, we'll call that thing as loss. Here in this, deficit means still requiring amount. Okay, that much amount is required to complete the task or complete the expenditure. That is nothing but deficit. So the difference between trading concerns and non-trading concerns is profit or surplus, loss or gain. I mean deficit. Final accounts of such concerns consist of manufacturing, trading, and profit and loss account and balance sheet. The final accounts when we go for trading concerns. Here, final accounts of such concerns consist consists of receipts and payments account, income and expenditure account, and balance sheet. So here you have to prepare three. Okay, receipts and payments account, income and expenditure account, and balance sheet. If you take into account the balance sheet as common, okay, only two things that they will come across. Here, non-trading concerns. There are receipts and payments account and income and expenditure account. Excess of assets over liabilities is regarded as capital. Excess of assets over liabilities is called as capital. Here, excess of assets over liabilities is regarded as capital fund or general fund. We should not call that thing as capital. It is termed as capital fund or general fund. Okay, like this you'll come across. And when we go for this, final accounts of these concerns consist of receipts and payments account and income and expenditure account, and third one is balance sheet. Okay, so what is this receipts and payments account? Receipts and payments account is nothing but a real account, and it is similar to that of our cash account. What we prepare. In cash account, we'll write all the receipts on the debit side and all the payments on the credit side. So it is just similar to that of receipts and payments account. So we can say that in one word that receipts and payments account is equivalent to cash account that what we prepare. When we go for cash account, we want to show debit and credit. We'll call that thing as receipt side and payment side. In the same way, here also you will come across receipt side and payment side. And what is the thing that we come across? It is a summary of cash book. The following are the features of receipts and payments account. First one, it is nothing but a real account. It commences with opening cash and bank balances, which is written on the debit side. However, opening bank overdraft will appear on the credit side. Receipts are recorded on the debit side and payments are recorded on the credit side. The various items of cash receipts and cash payments recorded in cash book are grouped under the suitable heads like subscriptions, donations, salaries, rent, etc., are shown in the receipts and payments account. Actual receipts and payments of the period are recorded in these accounts. Receipts and payments, whether relating to current year or previous year or next year, whether of capital or revenue nature, would be included in it. Here, in receipts account, you will write all the receipts. You will write all the receipts on the receipt side, and these receipts also they may be of current year or previous year or coming year. Whatever it may be, you have to record that on the receipt side of the account, receipt side of the account. Similarly, in the same way, payments of current year of or previous year or coming year will be recorded on the payment side. That is the thing that we come across. Okay, it ends with closing and bank balances. I mean, it generally shows debit balance. However, if credit exceeds the debit side represents a bank overdraft. So in this case also we will come across closing cash balance and closing bank balance. Suppose if debits exceed, if credits exceed the debit, it is nothing but the bank overdraft that we come across. The adjustments, okay, for outstanding expenses, prepaid expenses, outstanding incomes, depreciation, etc., are not made in this account. So whatever it may be that we come across, the outstanding expenses, prepaid expenses, depreciation, outstanding income, they are not shown in this receipts and payments account. Okay, in general, it does not reveal the gain or loss made by the concern during the period. This is There is no prescribed form of receipts and payments account. Generally, it is prepared in the following manner. So there is no specified this thing. Okay, and you can prepare the receipts and payments account in any way. Okay, as you like, but there is no specified pro forma or format to prepare this receipts and payments account. Okay, receipts and payments account. I'm going. Okay, receipt set to balance brought down cash bank to subscriptions received for previous year, current year, and next year, to entrance fees, to specific donations, to general donations, life membership fees, legacy, interest, rent, locker rent, grant from government, sale of assets, sundry receipts, contribution for annual dinner, etc. And the thing is, balance carried down. If we may denotes bank overdraft on the receipt side. Now coming to the payment side, Amma. by balance brought down. This is nothing but the over opening bank overdraft that we come across. Okay, salaries and wages, rent and rates, insurance, audit fees, printing and stationery, postage and telegram, repairs and maintenance, miscellaneous expenses, annual dinner expenses, investments purchased, furniture purchased, sports equipment purchased, other assets purchased by balance carried down. This will show the closing cash and bank balances. Like this, you'll come across the receipts and payments account. Okay, so first of all, every person they have to know how to prepare the receipts and payments account. Okay, first, if you can able to prepare the receipts and payments account, then you can go for the income and expenditure account. If you cannot be in a position to prepare the receipts and payments account, automatically you will you cannot go further. And in this case, what I want to tell you is you will come across capital items like capital receipts and capital expenditure. Capital receipts and capital expenditure you have to show in the balance sheet, and whereas revenue items, taking into account the revenue items include revenue receipts and revenue expenses. So revenue receipts and revenue expenses only we have to consider in income and expenditure account. Okay, when we go for receipts and payments account, there is no hard and strict rule that we have to record only capital. You can record revenue items as well as capital items. But when we are going further, when we are going further, only revenue receipts and revenue payments, okay, they will only appear in income and expenditure account. Remaining capital items, whatever it may be, capital receipts or capital expenditure, whatever it may be, it will appear in balance sheet. This is the difference that we come across between this receipts and payments as well as income and expenditure. And here, when we are going for this income and expenditure, okay, one thing you have to keep in mind is, okay, revenue mean income, it denotes the profit and loss account credit side, whereas expenditure it denotes the debit side of profit and loss account. In what way you are preparing the profit and loss account, in the same way you have to prepare. Okay, but the name only it will change. The name only it will change. Okay, there in profit and loss account credit side you are showing the incomes, gross profit and other non-operating incomes, and on the debit side you will show this gross loss as well as various expenditure that we come across, including the depreciation, outstanding expenses, prepaid expenses, outstanding incomes, all these things you will show, okay, in profit and loss account. But when we go for income and expenditure, okay, I mean receipts and payments, you won't come across this outstanding expenses, prepaid expenses, okay, outstanding incomes, depreciation, all these things we won't come across in receipts and payments. But when we go for income and expenditure account, compulsory they must be taken into account. That is, all these outstanding expenses, prepaid expenses, outstanding incomes, depreciation, whatever it may be, okay, you have to show that in income and expenditure account. Okay, there when you go for profit and loss account, you will come across profit or loss, but here you will come across surplus or deficit. So, what is surplus? Excess of income over expenditure is surplus. Excess of expenditure over income is deficit. These are the two things that you have to keep in mind. Thereby, you can be in a position to do the problems without any trouble. Okay, ma. Now, when we are going for income and expenditure account, when we are going for income and expenditure account, one thing you have to take into account, it is a revenue account prepared by the non-trading concerns to know the net result of its activities during a period. The following points should be should be noted while preparing the income and expenditure account. First thing is, it is a nominal account. Receipts and payments account is a real account, whereas income and expenditure is a nominal account. It is prepared. It is prepared by non-trading concerns in lieu of profit and loss account. In lieu of profit and loss account means in the place of profit and loss account, they will prepare this income and expenditure account. Expenditure recorded on the debit side and income is recorded on the credit side of the account. Okay. It includes only revenue items. Capital items are not included. That is, capital items are to be excluded. Only revenue items. That is revenue income, revenue expenditure. These two things only you will come across. Okay, ma. Next. Uh, yeah. Items of incomes and expenses pertaining to current year are taken into account or to be sorry are taken into consideration. Income and expenditure relating to the previous year or next year are excluded while preparing this account. Okay, I told you that revenue items of current year, that is revenue, the income, revenue receipts, and revenue expenses, they will come across of the current year, but of previous year and the coming year, they should not be included in this account. Okay, all adjustments relating to prepaid and outstanding expenses, outstanding income, income, income received in advance, depreciation, etc., are made in this account. That is, you have to include all those things in this income and expenditure account. There is no opening balance, but the difference between the two sides will show is the surplus, that is excess of income over expenditure, or deficit, or that is excess of expenditure over income. They'll come. We won't come across any opening balances. Okay. The surplus or deficit is transferred to capital fund on the liability side of the balance sheet. Okay, like how you are transferring the profit or loss to capital account in remain trading concerns. In the same way, surplus or deficit, whatever it may be, it must be transferred to capital fund. When you come across surplus, you have to add that, and when you come across deficit, you have to deduct that. Okay, the surplus. Okay, there is there is no prescribed form of income and expenditure account. Okay, um, of income and expenditure application to all non-trading concerns, but generally it is prepared on the following lines. See, there is no specified for this also, there is no specified format. You can prepare in your own way. But some people what they will do is they'll follow this. Okay. Now we are going for income and expenditure format. Okay, debit side you have to write expenditure and credit side you have to write income. Now I am reading the debit side items, that is expenditure items. To salaries, honorarium, wages of groundmen, okay, upkeep of grounds, printing and stationery, postage, telephone charges, lighting, bank charges, general expenses, rent rates and taxes, insurance, cost of entertainment, subscriptions to periodicals, sports material and small sports material use, depreciation, repairs, loss on sale of assets. Okay, these are the things that we'll come across on the debit side. Now coming to subscriptions. Subscriptions. By subscriptions, interest on securities, proceeds of entertainment and lectures, rent of hall, grants from government and local authorities, interest on deposits, general donations, small amount. General donations means small amounts. Okay. Entrance fees, advertisement in yearbook. Okay. Locker rent, sale of grass, profit on sale of assets, or miscellaneous receipts. All these things will appear on the credit side. And the difference will give you about the surplus or deficit, whatever it may be. Like this, you'll come across the preparation of or the format of income and expenditure account. Okay. Now, what is the difference between income and expenditure account and profit and loss account? Okay, income and expenditure account is prepared by non-trading concerns, whereas profit and loss account is prepared by trading concerns. That is the first difference. The second difference is, okay, the main purpose of preparation of income and expenditure is to ascertain, okay, is to ascertain excess of income over expenditure, that is surplus, or excess of expenditure over income, that is deficit. Okay, whereas profit and loss account is prepared to ascertain the net profit or net loss. That is the second thing that we come across. Income and expenditure account is prepared mainly on the basis of receipts and payments account, whereas trial balance is the basis for the preparation of profit and loss account. So here, the receipts and payments account, it will act as a trial balance for non-trading concerns, whereas when you go for trading concerns, you will prepare the trial balance. So trial balance is the basis for preparation of profit and loss account, and receipts and payments account is the basis for preparation of income and expenditure account. Okay. Surplus of deficit of income and expenditure account is transferred to capital fund, whereas net profit or nor whereas net profit nor loss is transferred to capital account of the proprietor in case of sole trade concerns, to capital accounts in case of partnership firm, and in case of companies shown in balance sheet on the liability side under the head reserves and surpluses. Okay, this is the thing. When you come across a sole trade concern, whenever you come across net profit or net loss, you have to transfer to capital account on the liability side of the balance sheet. When it is a partnership firm, it is to be they are to be divided and they are to be transferred to capital account. And when you come across companies, you have to show separately under the head reserves and surpluses. These are the things that we come across between the differences between the income and expenditure account and profit and loss account. And tomorrow we are going to see the difference between receipts and payments and income and expenditure account. And after that, we'll deal with others. Thank you.